Fine. All right, so let's take a look at old homework and then review for our quiz today on Algebra 1 topics. Okay. Here we are. All right, so front page, interval notation. Do you have one in particular you wanted to see? Or should we go over the ones I've highlighted? Yes. 6. We didn't do this one. Number 6. Definitely the toughest one if you're not experienced at this. But what did we say was the secret to success? Sure. What did we say was the secret to success in these? Yeah, draw a picture. Okay. Number line, you remember this from day one of Algebra 1. Okay. It's all reals except we got 2 forbidden numbers. What are they? Okay. So I have an open dot at 0 and an open dot at 5. And then I should be shading everything else. Whoa. How many intervals do you see? 3. Okay. And then all you really have to do are put the numbers and then decide parenthesis or brackets. So let's see. Let's go here. What's way out here? Negative infinity. And where did that little blue piece stop? 0. That's your first interval. And then let's talk about the brackets and parentheses. Infinity always gets what? Parentheses. That was easy. And then when do you do bracket? When this is what? Filled in, shaded, or when you see an equal sign. Okay. I don't see no equal sign. That's not equal. There we go. Welcome to half credit lane. It's now partially correct. How about the middle one? Where does it start? Starts at 0, ends at 5. Both open. So no brackets there. And then the third one starts. 5 goes to forever. So 5 to infinity. And that's full credit there. The back of the book is going to put these here. What do those mean again? Or. You can write or. You don't have to write anything. I'll give you full credit. Okay. So this was kind of the secret to making this go easier for your brain. Okay. Anything else front side? We'll come back and do some reviews here. How about the bottom? Pick one of these. Yes. E11. Okay. All right. And I'll leave 12 visible because, all right, in this world, there's 2 things. I call them barbells and longhorns. Okay. The barbell looks like this. Usually the plates are a little bigger, right? All right, but those go in and then the horns go out. Okay, so that's all we got. And how many pieces is this one in? 2. Okay, and let's do a graph first. Okay, what kind of dot do I put at 4? It's got a bracket closed at 4, and it says to go to which direction? Negative infinity is back. And then this one has what kind of dot at 8? Open, and it says to go to positive. All right, so here are the horns. Okay, and you just got to tell me without interval notation what is this? X is everything less than or equal to 4. And X is everything bigger than 8. And I didn't use the equal sign because open. Okay. So did you notice the problem we just did? 11 looks a lot like number 6, a little bit, when it was in pieces like that. Okay. Now you didn't ask for number 12, but how does this start? What kind of dot do you have at -11? Open at -11, and it says to go to 9 and put what kind of dot? So plus. Okay. And you remember how to do this? All you got to do is say X is between 9 and -11. Okay. And notice what filled in, I used the equal sign, and this open one I didn't. Okay. Yes, good enough for the front page here. Okay, we're going to use interval notation on the back, so flip that, unless you had anything else here. All right, on the back, domain range. And is it a function, yes or no? You have one you want to see? So you got domain range, huh? Pick one. So, oh, I picked number 4. Oh, you got one? 6. 6? Okay. Number 6. Okay. Remember how I said do this? Drag your pencil through the x-axis for domain and the y-axis for the range. Okay. So, right, where does your pencil start to hit when you drag it through? Thought I could do that. Nope. Struggle bus. Okay, so I'll use the pointer. All right, where does your start to hit graph here in number 6? Where? Right there at -4. And where did it stop hitting? At 1. So you got to give me the interval from -4 to 1. And how about brackets and parentheses? Both of them are what kind of dots? Open. Open. So what do I use? Paren. Domain. All right, range. Start at the bottom. Go up the y-axis. When did it start to hit the blue graph? 0. At 0. Is that an open or a closed dot? I'm getting right there. Yes, it's closed because I don't even see a dot, right? So closed gets bracket. And then a little tricky here. It definitely is hitting at 4, even though it's got an open circle, because it's hitting 4 right there. Okay. And then when does it stop? When it hits 5. All right, open circle up there, so I use correct. Okay, now I'm going to throw in a bonus question on quiz. Is it a function, yes or no? Do you know yet? Maybe I won't throw this in. Nobody remembers vertical lines? You didn't learn that? I'll teach you that later. So forget that. That won't be on the quiz. All right, anything else on this page? Yeah, go to the linear equation page. And let's see, we already did 1, 2, 3. Anything you call it? Bless you. Sections 1 and 2, I'm sure not a problem. Section 3. Section 4. All right, let's do something from section 5 though. All right. Pick one here. How about this guy? All right. So today, you're going to have to be able to write linear equations no matter what I give you. Okay, what did I give you for number or letter C? M is slope and point. Good. Let's take that one. All right. So what formula do you need to have to finish this? Point slope. This is really the only one you need today. So make friends with it. And which three things got to go away for you to be done with this problem? Which letters got to go away? Y1, M, and X1. So all you got to do is fill in those three. All right, well, trick question, I guess. What goes here? Which one of those three numbers up there is Y1? -3. Which one's M? Duh. 4. And that means what? 9 is that one. All right. So how are you going to write it for full credit? Instead of Y minus -3, you're going to call that Y plus +3. M is forward. And that's it. Okay, you don't have to change it into slope intercept. That'd be easier. All right. Could it be harder? Yeah. Yes. Could I do it? A. Okay. A could do one of two ways. What'd they give you this time? Slope and intercept. So you could be this person and just fill in, obviously, which two letters, M and B. Don't strain yourself. I would accept that for full credit. But let's do point slope. Name that point. Who is that? That's 0,3. Okay. Which means we could have done what? Y minus, what's Y1? 3. Slope -7. Now, would I accept that for full credit? Sure, why not? All right, but you probably would have done what? Not even put the -0, or maybe added the 3 to the other side. I don't know. Okay. So that one's actually easier than point slope. Okay. Anything else this side? Okay. Which one? Right here? You want to do number 1 or? Okay, number 1. Standard form is this. And what did they say about A? Has to be what kind of number? Positive whole, right? All right, so all I see is that X and Y have to be on the same side. Who would you like to move? Let's get X and Y on the same side. How do I move that guy? How do you move it? Subtract. Okay, so now I have 3/4 X minus Y, and this one has to be by itself. How do I move that? Okay, so here you are, Algebra 2 and your honors level. You're one step away from starting into calculus type work. Bang, do you know the trick? How do you get rid of the denominator? Yeah. There's a magic number. You can multiply everybody by what? 4. What happens here? Poof. No more denominator. Okay. So what do we got? That's -8, and I'm going to put that over there in the C spot. And then what do we have here? 3x minus 4y. Okay. Did we do it? Is it x and y on one side, the constant on the other, and is this magic number a positive whole number? Yes. Okay. Won't be on the quiz, but that's very much your speed right there. You should be able to do that. Okay. All right. Anything else for you? Are we ready to review a little bit? Oh, we got one more page done. Yeah. All right. So flip, and we got what? The parallel perpendicular stuff, right? As soon as I find it. Okay. And all right, well, can't find it, so I'll go to plan B. Which is, I'll write it up here. Yeah. All right. Pick a number. 1 through 6. Any number you want. Which one's that? 5. Read it to me. Negative 5x equals 3. Yeah, and all they asked you to do for the top ones was what? Okay, find the slope of one parallel and perpendicular. All right. Here's how you can do this on today's quiz. All right, you're gonna write point slope form with blanks for those 3 things you said we needed to fill in, m and x1, y1. Okay. All right. Do you know the slope of that guy? Not until you do what? Make it what form? Yeah, we need to put it in this form. So how do you do that? How do you get y by itself? Yeah. My algebra ones, we used to put boxes around the y and start moving everyone to the other side, starting with what's furthest away. What's the furthest thing away from that y? All right, move it. How you do that? Add it. Okay. Last step, still got to get rid of the 5. How you do that? Divide it. What's left after all that? Y equals what? X plus 3/5. All right. Who's the troublemaker in that problem? 3/5. Good news. You don't need it. All you need to do is tell me what parallel lines have what kind of slopes? Parallel have same slopes. So what is the slope here of the one I wrote in black? You mean positive 1/1? Yeah. So that goes here. Same slope. And then what should go for perpendicular? Say the phrase that pays opposite reciprocal. Am I right? It won't get easier than this. Opposite would be what? Negative, and reciprocal just means to flip it. 1/1 is still 1/1. Okay. All right. And that's all they wanted was the slope, right? Okay, the ones down below will actually give you an X1 and a Y1 to put in here, and that'd be done. Okay. So your answer was 1 for parallel slope and -1 for opposite slope. All right, pick one at the bottom. Or I'll pick one. Right there. All right, we did 10 together. You pick one. 13. 13. Okay. Get it to me. 13 says
Parentheses, 1, comma, 1.
Oh, okay, so that's the point that they want you to go through. And what was the equation?
Y equals -1/4 x plus 7.
Okay, we don't need that, do we? All right, let's go. Parallel's got to be, you said same slope. So what's the slope of the greenie up here? Slope is -1/4. And then for perpendicular, give me opposite reciprocal. What's opposite gonna be? But opposite will be positive, and then reciprocal will be. That's it. And then all you gotta do is plug in X1, Y1, and again, they cut you a break. They're both the same. And that's how quickly you should do those problems on the quiz today. Okay, one slope form. Same slope, opposite reciprocal slope. Okay. All right. So that is that. The only thing I can think of that'll make that a little tougher is what I highlighted these. Let's go back and look at them real quick. All right. All right, we did this one here. Look at E. This is worksheet. Yeah. So it's on the linear equations, section 5E. All right, what did you get here? Let's make this our we try together. They didn't give you point and slope, they gave you what? 2 points. All right, so this is a quiz question. I'm gonna ask you for parallel and perpendicular again. You're gonna do this. You don't have to draw boxes, but yes. So why is this the hardest one? What didn't they give us? They didn't give you a slope. So how are you gonna do slope here? Remember the formula? Okay. So let's go. What is the second y that you see up here? -5. Okay. Minus first y is -4. So what is that all going to turn into when you do minus and negative? Plus positive. And what is -5 plus 4? -1. Good. So that's the top. How about the bottom? What's the second x that you see? So we got -2 minus first x. What's that give us? -1. Simplified. 1. Okay. So slope is 1. Go ahead and fill in the two m's here for parallel and perpendicular. Same slope and opposite reciprocal. I know you guys already did this problem. Okay, so what's the same gonna be? 1. Bang. And opposite reciprocal makes it -1. And remember on the quiz, if this is a fraction or something, you gotta flip it for reciprocal. Okay. Now you got a choice, either one of those points. Which one do you like better? First one, correct? All right. Plug that in, what goes here? Which one's y1? -4. To make this plus positive. And then x1 is -1. Turn that into plus. Okay. You could do the same thing down here. And get your full credit. Could you have used this guy instead? Yeah. So when you have 2 points, your choice. You use whichever one is easiest for you. Okay. And that's pretty much it for those worksheets. All right. So what is the other half of the quiz from the days before? Factor in. I can tell you what I'm going to put on there. All right. Yeah, I'm going to put 5 factor problems, 2 back sign chart problems. So like this. Okay. And what should you always look for first? The GCF, none this time. All right, let's go. What's the back sign? Minus, which means you always use one of each. And you also subtract to get the middle number. And you only got 1 and 7. Which ones subtract to give you -6? 1 minus 7. Okay. So I'll give you 2 of those. Okay. I might as well stay here. All right, how about difference of 2 squares? Think of this as your back sign, so we're still going to use what? Plus minus, one of each. Thank you for using my terminology. And what are the 2 perfect squares? That's what? 10 and x, 10 and x. And don't strain yourself. What perfect square have we there? 1. Okay. All right. And the last 2. Definitely got to put 1. Yeah, definitely got to put 1 where you got to do a little GCF work. Okay. So here we go. Is there GCF? Yes. So what comes out? 100 comes out. What's left when you get rid of 100? X squared plus 4x plus 3. That'll get you half credit. Now you finish it. Go. Back sign this time is a plus. Which means what? Same sign twice. And what same sign? You look at that. Okay, back sign plus means add to get your middle number. And you only got one choice here, so. Okay, expect one of those GCF types. And what will be the separator for the A's and the A minuses? One slide and divide problem. Okay, so for instance. What I got here. In my head here. Okay, that one. No. Yeah. Once. That's an age. Goodness gracious. All right. So how do you know it's a slide and divide problem if it doesn't? GCF, no GCF. So who's the troublemaker here? This 3, slide it and get what? Multiply the 3's. Okay, so then factor this. Back sign minus, we use one of each. And which ones subtract to give you 8? Is it 1 and 9 or 3 and 3? Okay, is it 9 minus 1 or 1 minus 9? 9 minus 1. So that was the slide. Now, who was the troublemaker? Bring him back. Divide. All right, nice and easy. Who's that? X plus 3. This one didn't work. Okay. Slide and divide. Okay. So it's a pretty healthy 40-minute review. All right. Quiz won't take nearly this long. 10 questions. All right. And when you finish, pick up today's fun sheet, one side only. More practice with your factoring. Okay. All right. Good job today.